Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back. We got another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy
Good.
Sons fan Randy.
Oh yeah.
And you got Jerry Jer in the building. The
We
Laker
here.
fan today. Let's talk about these bums. Let's go ahead and get it out the way.
Um.
Go ahead. You go ahead. I'll let you ISO first. You want me to ISO?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got
All
some.
right, pass the rock,
I'm
coach.
getting long-winded.
Um, First and foremost, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a good quality win for y'all. I will give y'all that. Y'all beat the Hawks. I don't know what was up with them today. They just didn't want to me, like they just didn't have the energy. They didn't really want to kind of play. I didn't know if it was just because of COVID coming back, but that's still not an excuse or whatever the case may be. But Trey Young was just off today. Y'all blitzed him off the ball early. And y'all just kind of got the ball out of his hands, and it was too late when they was trying to make a run. John Collins, I thought but I really thought that they should have did. They should have attacked y'all with the double big early with John Collins and Clint Capella. But I feel like having or like missing the coach and stuff too also played a role in just not having that IQ because I feel like they could have just killed y'all on the inside and they tried to later on in the game, but it was too late. And one thing I gotta say, Malik Monk definitely he played his butt off today. But one thing I gotta say, y'all will not be able to afford that man next year. I'm sorry to cut it to whoever think it out there.
I just wanted. Wasn't it last show you were saying that if him and LeBron are gonna close the games, it's
no, no,
not.
yeah,
Are you
that
still
has
standing
nothing to
on that
do.
too?
That has
Are you?
nothing to
Are you?
do.
I just want to know right now. Are you still standing on that?
Yeah, I'm still standing on that. That has nothing to do with him getting a bag next year. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure
Why?
there's some teams out there that was watching this tonight or just been watching y'all or whatever the case may be. That's like, ooh, I'll take Malik Monk. I'll give him like I can see a 4 year, 3 year deal for $80 million for Malik Monk out there somewhere, and that's something that y'all not gonna be able to give him. But to the game, and then we'll touch on Malik Monk a little bit later on. What did you think about the game? What did you see? How do you feel as a Laker fan? What's going on in Laker Nation and all
I
that?
didn't. I forget the final score, but I think we won by. I mean, let me double check that. I think I want to say it was at least.
I think
I
it
was
was
hoping we got the dub by
23.
20, but we got it by 16. Um, we should have beat. I'm glad we beat them up. We're supposed to beat them up, especially when everybody's playing like that. And I just want to say thank you to Stanley Johnson because the infusion of him to this Laker team is changed us visibly and just all around. He don't score a lot of points, which he's not there to really do. His activity, his presence on the floor is felt. You feel Stanley Johnson on the floor. But again, I do want to say this is 4 wins in a row. We play the Grizzlies on Sunday. If we get a
Mm.
quality win against the Grizzlies, then we can start talking about okay, this Laker team is going in the right direction, which I still think we are. 5 wins, 4 wins in a row, first time this season. LeBron's playing good. Everybody else is playing good too. That's what really matters. I mean, LeBron a few games ago, he didn't say no words. He just said, I'm just gonna go out there. I'm just gonna play. Y'all follow. Y'all want to be held accountable for looking this bad, then that's on y'all. I'm not going to be held accountable for that, and that's trickled down to everybody else. Westbrook had what 2 turnovers tonight, and he almost had the triple 1 point away from the triple double. If Westbrook's game is changing so much, you got THT coming back. That's the second 19-point game in a row. Melo going stupid when he get the three. Hey, I see the gears turning. The gears are turning on this team a little bit. We're getting in the mold. We're getting in the shape. We're getting in the form. This is something we didn't have prior to AD going down. We weren't. We didn't have, like I said before, we didn't have no identity. Now we can. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We're putting foots in the right places.
I'm disgusted. I'm just
Out
disgusted.
of
I'm
here.
disgusted. I don't like to see it. I don't like to see y'all win at all. But like I said, I feel like you made a couple good points. And something I wanted to say about Stanley Johnson is something I was trying to tell y'all earlier about just championships and like, well, hold on, let me like y'all super far from a championship and y'all gotta go through us first. But I'm saying, like in the sense of like championship teams and all this other stuff, like every championship team needs that guy, needs that Stanley Johnson, needs that Alex Caruso, needs that, you know what I'm saying, Draymond Green, that, or like just that PJ Tucker or whatever the case may be, a guy that's not going to be out there to, like, he's not the guy for the stats or whatever the case may be, but he can go out there and impact the game, go guard the other team's best player, and do all the other little things that don't show up, but every championship team need. And I feel like y'all thought that y'all could get rid of those and KCP and Alex Caruso's and whatever the case may be, and y'all would be straight, and the Kuzmas and y'all would be straight. And then, like I said, y'all trying to figure it out and put it together now is like you know what I'm saying, a product of like okay, like whatever. But like I said, that was another thing I was a little bit excited about with like some of these 10-day contracts is like some of these dudes is getting burned that would just never like imagine if some of this stuff never happened. Like y'all would have never came across Kennedy Johnson. Y'all would have just been out there struggling. And like I said, he provides y'all with a lot of energy and effort and he'd go out there and hustle. Him and Avery Bradley together is
Oh
like
man,
a you know what I'm saying? That's a
bringing Avery Bradley back was a great idea.
yeah, but
Absolutely.
you know Avery Bradley stayed hurt, so I'm not really worried
What?
about that either. Avery
He must
Bradley stays hurt.
okay.
Avery Bradley
I'm
stays
not, I'm
hurt.
not. I'm not finna repeat what you said to put that on my man. I'm not finna throw no bad juju out there in the
It's
world.
not even bad. It's
He,
reality.
he hasn't been hurt this season.
He
He's
hasn't.
been
Yeah, this season has
the
been the
season
healthiest he's been in a really long time. But go ahead.
and the season before that when he was with the Lakers, he was pretty healthy. The man was starting. He had a starting role. He
Like
played
I
a lot.
said,
He played a
he
lot of
played a
games.
lot of games, and then what? COVID happened, and then he got hurt. He got hurt right before COVID hit, and then he just decided not to come
Oh
back.
no, he didn't.
That's debatable. But anyways, like I
Hurt.
said, I think that those two is a good combo. And like I said, I was saying, like, imagine if you would have kind of inserted Ben Simmons into that mix. Then, like I said, I'm that's a scary combo, but I'm not necessarily worried about it really. I'm still not scared of y'all. Yes, I do know like y'all about to throw a whole parade. Y'all won 4 in a row, whatever the case may be, and y'all beat all these teams or whatever. So it's like I get it. Go ahead, throw your little parade or whatever. But I feel like Sunday and then like I said, in January and February, y'all have a real tough schedule. Y'all play the Bulls, y'all play the Pacers again, y'all play the Celtics, y'all play the Heat,
This
y'all
is when
play Milwaukee.
forget the
So
quality win.
it's yeah. So
This
y'all
is when we
definitely, if you can
beating
string
up.
together a 5 game win streak on that, then I'll you know what I'm saying, fully give y'all all y'all flowers. But up until then, like I'll give you your credit tonight. Like y'all did y'all thing against the Hawks, and you know what I'm saying, Trae Young still leading the league or like one of the top 5 in scoring and stuff like that. So y'all did what y'all did. Y'all shut him down and y'all shut down the whole offense. But in there in kind of putting it in perspective, the Hawks are struggling this year. So, but go ahead.
But I mean, just like I said, like I always say, if we don't win these games, everybody's on top of us. When we win these games in convincible fashion, you can save it. You can save it honestly, because when like just what I'm saying, if we lose this game and Westbrook he gets the triple double, everybody gonna say Westbrook was stat chasing. He wasn't trying to win the game. He wasn't playing winning basketball. But he's 1 point shy. He had 2 turnovers. And last time we had 2 assists last game, and he had no turnovers. And
Okay, but my thing to you is that when you package a team and say, "Hey, this is a championship team. This is how I'm putting it. This is the energy I'm putting out." Like we're a championship team. You don't lose games like this. You don't lose games against OKC and then think like, "Oh, we can lose against OKC and it so hold the same amount of weight," or just losing in general. That we can just sit down in the play in like kind of area and would like we're no. If you're a championship team, you hold yourself like to a
no, we're not.
higher standard. So I don't think that you
We
understand
are
that,
holding
huh?
ourselves to a higher standard. That's why we
No,
was
because
bringing.
then you trying to sit up here and say like, "Oh, it's a double standard." Absolutely, when you're a championship team, it's a double. Do you see me throwing a parade whenever we beat
I'm
the
talking,
Pelicans and the well, whoever the case may be? Like, it's like no, like I'm going into the game
talking
like
about
we're supposed to win,
earlier in the season. We were losing these games. We were
hundred
not.
percent.
We were losing these games, and for us to win these type of games now, I'm seeing it's progress. That's what I'm harping on. I'm harping on the progress. I'm not harping on the 4 game win streak. I'm harping on what I'm getting out of different guys on different occasions. I'm harping at what THT is doing when he's not playing good. I'm harping at the good things going forward. I'm not harping at the 4 game win streak. I'm harping at what's coming out of these guys winning games like this. Because you need to win games like this for one, and it gets the team, it gets you guys, it gets the team better. The chemistry gets better when you win games like this, because everybody gets to play, everybody gets to score, and then it just builds confidence for those players. That's
Well,
what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, hey, we won 4 games in a row, crown us, we can go fight the Warriors and go fight everybody else. No, I'm saying we're making progress to get to that team we want to be, the team we know we can be. That's what I'm saying. And AD's
well.
leading the league in points, and he ain't played in like 3 weeks. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Anyways,
18.
anyways, yeah, I don't know how he's on the All Star vote. I don't know how Melo. I don't know how Klay Thompson's ahead of Devin Booker, but that's a different conversation. But something I do want to say before we get out of here, I do want to speak on Malik Monk and just being. Let's be real. Y'all will not be able to. The way that he's playing, this man is playing outside of his mind right now, and I don't know if his relationship with LeBron is strong enough to hold like another vet minimum contract. But if I'm him, I'm about to go get this bag. And y'all have a history of people like y'all do have a history of like players not playing to their potential. And y'all do have a history of players like, you know what I'm saying, playing good and then going somewhere to go get a bag. And if I was him, I came in a vet minimum contract, meaning that like the league is almost looking at me like I'm almost out of here. Now, if I can kind of resurge my career and then like, you know what I'm saying, and go get that bag, I'm gonna go do that. Like I don't really have loyalty to y'all like that. But especially after a first round exit, you know, or if that do happen, whatever the case may be, I would say he's gonna go get a bag. I can see an $80 million contract out there for him. You know what I'm saying? Like a Kings or a Pistons or a team that needed maybe even like 76ers or something. I can see it. But go ahead.
If the Lakers are smart, which I hope they are, which I hope they're looking toward the future. LeBron's 37. He probably got. I don't know. I don't even want to age him. I don't even want to say nothing about that. But like going forward, only player we got on the books moving forward is AD and THT. We're gonna need nucleus core players to build for the future anyway. So bringing him back, making the roster, making the cap space available to keep a player like that, because Malik Monk, he's a lottery pick, man. He's a good player, and you know, all of our lottery picks we've had in the last 6 years have all gotten away, and they're all playing good wherever they are. So I feel like we should, if the Lakers are smart, they can keep him. But as far as him getting another veteran minimum contract, unless he wants to try to go back to back,
it's bad timing. It's just bad timing. Go ahead.
Another veteran minimum, I don't see it, but I see him. He can make a few millions for us if he wants to buy in, because we gave Kuzma money.
I mean, the only way that works is if he signs another vet minimum next year, and then the year after that, like he's like under the hey, y'all gonna pay me this year, right? Like that's the only way that kind of works. Because next year, like I said, y'all have LeBron. Salary cap is $119 million. You have LeBron getting no, you have AD getting what 35. AD's getting 35. LeBron's getting 41, and Westbrook is getting 44 or whatever the case may be. So that's $120 million right there. So it's like you're already over the cap. So next year, I don't know if y'all can give him a long-term contract, but we shall see.
Westbrook's contract I feel like it's gonna be restructured regardless, because if he wants to continue playing for anybody else in the NBA, I don't think no one's gonna pay him $44 million, and that's just straight up. That's just being real.
I mean, but why would I do y'all a favor and take less money for what?
Or you get traded, or you go somewhere else, or we trade his contract.
Who's gonna take that?
Westbrook is in a rock and a hard place. Nobody really wants to pick up on him, and we have him, and we can't really trade him. So it's either like you gotta see the here or nowhere.
I mean, but if I'm Westbrook and I'm about to make $44 million next year, and y'all trying to trade me anyway, I'm gonna take my $44 million. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it easy for you to trade me just to save y'all some money. Like.
And no matter where he's going, that team's gonna make that boy restructure that contract.
But what I'm saying to you is, if I have 1 or 2 years left, I'm not gonna restructure my contract unless I'm getting more, or unless it's getting extended. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're gonna spread out my money longer, or whatever the case may be. But I'm still gonna take him out 44 next year. So it's like,
put me on record. He's not making $44 million next year.
All right, we'll see about that. So. Until next time, man. We catch y'all. Peace.